Hey, what's up, everybody? The Collectorverse, episode 12. We are live today. We got all of our misfits with us, so let's say hi to them real quick. Rodney, how you doing, buddy?
Is it there?
Jason, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic, Ian. Thank you. How are you? How is your good self?
Oh, I'm doing excellent. Rick, my man, what is happening?
Boomer Sooner, baby. We're going to the playoffs.
We'll see about that. Jedi Chris, what's up, man?
Live from Coruscant,
Hey, what's
Jedi
up,
Temple, you have Jedi Chris. The Force is strong with this one. Hello,
Oh,
everybody.
shit. The force is coming off the screen. Hey, Rodney, what's up, man? Did you get everything fixed? Are you ready to go live? Maybe not. Let's go to Richard.
Maybe Rodney just answers to Putin now, that's it. Maybe he doesn't answer to Rodney.
Oh, no, here we go.
Oh, no.
Rodney, we can't hear you, by the way. I'm just letting you know, so you need to sort your settings out. Yeah, I'm good, mate. Yeah, good. Been a really crazy week because of everything and stuff like that. So we'll go over that at the end. But yeah, it's been good.
Hey, it sounds like Rodney's back on because I hear some mumbling. Rodney,
I hear his
there?
laughter, yeah.
All right. Anyways, hey, Rodney, fix your stuff. Fix your stuff, Rodney. But until you do, we're gonna go visit Tokyo Comic Con because there was a lot of things that happened. I want to know your guys' disappointments and your big excitement. And to start this off, we're gonna go to let's go to Jason.
All right. We'll start off disappointments. More bloody Batman statues. I know that there's a lot of Batman fans out there that'll be excitement and stuff, but man, more Batman samurais and ninjas and the rest. Look, the things I was really impressed with, the Prime 1 Justice League highlights that they showed and the statues that they showed there, they were absolutely amazing. The Hot Toys ones that they showed, loved all the cosplay photos and stuff like that. It looks like it's just getting bigger and bigger every year. That's just my humble opinion on it. And yeah, I'm glad to see that it is getting bigger and that we're getting to see more stuff come out. Lots of big celebrities and that went there. So they're starting to get more and more celebrities and big names appearing and stuff like that. So that's a good sign for all the cons. But what did you think, Richard?
Well, I spent a lot of the time looking at all the photos, and obviously because there's loads being uploaded to the site and stuff. I want to thank a few people because their photos are on. Thank Stephen Lee, Kelvin Loke, Sean Sanders, Big Bang Toys, because quite a lot of their photos on. So I really appreciate that they're on there.
Hey, what's up, guys? Glad to be here.
Oh, he's back. Oh.
Who's that? What?
Is that Putin? Maybe he just got like a really, really long delay. That was like...
Could be.
He did that 10 minutes ago.
It is a long way to Siberia.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Thanks for putting on your sound, dude.
So anyway, no pun intended. So anyway, yeah, so I spent a lot of time looking at the photos. And I was...
Hey, what's up? Y'all can't hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I'll get back to what I was saying. This is what happens when it's live. This is why we normally don't do live. You can't be trusted with live. I was thinking, oh, well, next year I'm just going to collect a lot more Hot Toys and Sleep Away statues and stuff.
Okay, you hear me?
And everything. And then Prime 1 just started dropping Hail Marys all over the place. Prime 1 just basically started releasing half scales that I love. I mean, the Nightmare Batman, I was floored by it, even though it is essentially the same Ben Affleck sculpt as the normal Batman. They've just added a coat and a gun and some accessories and stuff like that. If you look at it, it's the exact same sculpt. It's the same pose, everything. So, but it does look really good. I just hope they're not adding an extra $400 for a coat. That would be pretty ridiculous. Then there was the Justice League reveals, which we've been getting those reveals all week. But then we saw Superman. Probably one of the best Superman Henry Cavill sculpts that we've seen. Although the pose is from a magazine cover for Man of Steel. It's not from Justice League, which is a bit of a weird one. I don't know why they chose that pose, but it's a nice pose. I'm not going to knock it. Cyborg, love the head, not keen about the body. Wonder Woman, prefer the one on horse, not because I'm obsessed with it because I just think that's the best. I mentioned it. See, I mentioned it. I got it in, and it was natural. So shut up. And yeah, so I think still that's the best head sculpt of Gal Gadot we've had. And then what else was there? I was really the Hush line. Now that Superman's been getting a lot of stick for the size of his head. Well, you can't work out muscles in your head. That's just not possible. And I mean, if it was, the big guys in the gym doing this and stuff like that. So you can't. So I know they're going to increase the head size. They've already put out a massive list of changes of what they're going to do. So we'll see how that comes off. I wasn't keen on the Hush Batman. I don't like the crouch pose. I don't think that's. I don't know. I like a bit of height. It makes me laugh because they've got these really deep bases and then they just like scrunch down. I know he's crouching and everything, but no. I think the new 52 Batman that they're really showing is a lot better than that one. So yeah, there was a big DC presence, a lot of new reveals, and I felt they were really strong. I don't know, from the pictures I saw, it didn't look as busy as some of the other cons that have been on this year. I don't know if that's just the pictures I saw that were taken during setup or taken at the end, but they just didn't look that busy. So I mean, Rick, what do you think? And Rick, try and keep it. We've got an hour, so if you can just tell everybody what you're buying now, and just get it out of the way.
Yeah,
I'll see you in half an hour.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to rein myself in because I have a lot to say, but I will say this. Prime 1's showing was actually kind of a letdown for me. I was looking forward to it basically for months, and it wasn't that it was bad. It just felt like there wasn't enough new stuff, and that the new stuff they showed wasn't as good as I expected it to be. I actually had the opposite effect. There was a few pieces where I liked it first, and as I looked at them a couple of days, they got worse in my view. Kind of like the Christian Bale. It got more boring and bland as I looked at it, and that kind of concerned me. I will say this though: the only piece that I'm for sure getting, because after I thought about it for hours and slept on it, I'm going to try to get that Nightmare Batman. I'm just going to go all in, spend all my money, have 1/2 scale. And basically, that's probably the last statue I'll buy, because after that, I won't have anything to even top it. So I'll probably just have to go do something else for a while. But no, I really liked it, and I thought it was the best thing I saw at the show. I know it's a kind of a recycled kind of sculpt, but I still think it was the most impressive overall piece. It just blew me away. I do think that Superman looked odd with the head. I know it's bodybuilding and all that kind of stuff, but it just looked awkward. I don't know. The head was just awful, and now that they're going to make it bigger, I think we might actually have something. It might actually be the best comic book Superman if they fix it that I've ever seen. I don't think they really added enough new pieces in some of the lines, like the Arkham line. Even the Transformers line seemed a little bland. So I don't know. I wasn't real impressed. I felt a little disappointed, actually. I was expecting that I would want more things than I did, and sort of didn't want them. So I know a lot of people were kind of let down, especially with the Hush line. People thought it was pretty bad. I don't understand some of the choices they made with the Batman Hush. I feel like it's kind of awkward. But anyway, that's kind of my take on it. So I guess I would pass it on to Rodney, but I don't think he's here anymore. So I guess pass it on to Chris.
Hey guys, how you doing? Yeah, looking at what they had there, the Tokyo Comic Con looked very similar to what Ian and I got to experience over at the LA Stanley Comic Con just a few months ago. But I do like, and not to sound like I'm repeating, because I've always kind of prided myself not only being a Star Wars fanatic, but being a Marvel fan. I do have to remember that my superhero start out was Superman and the Justice League, and the new reveals of the Justice League that we're seeing right now, I really like. I mean, I know we're hearing about Superman, his head looking off and stuff like that, but I think the pose is that very majestic. Not quite like a Grammy statue type thing, but it looks really neat. I like how that I just can't figure out how to describe it, but I do like it. Of course, Wonder Woman. Yeah, who doesn't like Wonder Woman? I mean, it's great. But for the most part, I think we've got some really cool things coming out here soon. I know the pre-order things will be, waiting till this time next year till you get to actually have it in hand. So we'll have stuff to show for next year. But I think for the most part, I think it seemed like a very simple, low key Comic-Con with a lot of flash and things like that. I mean, some of the cars that they showed on the pictures were stuff that Ian and I got to videotape live, here. So I'm glad that it's going, international. But I don't know. I just I don't have any more to add to that. But I'm looking.
Okay, you know what? Let me take over this. You guys are all wrong. Every single one of you. The only one who's not wrong is Chris Moret because he's wearing a freaking awesome shirt, by the way.
Hey. Dude, look at that. We shop at the same store.
Let me tell you, you know what? Everybody be quiet for a second. Let me tell you how you're all wrong. First off, Richard, you're wrong. Hushline was awesome. Who was the guy who said Superman was off? Superman wasn't off. Superman looked fantastic. His head was perfect. The head between his legs. Did you see that thing? That bulge was like popping.
This is the Jim Lee Superman, and this is the Coda Boogie. As you can see, the head is smaller because Jim Lee does over-enhance muscle tones on his figures.
Oh, okay. You're talking about the head on his shoulders. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay, well, okay.
This is why Ian doesn't host very often. I'm just going to put that one out.
I'm very excited. Very excited. Okay, now, let me get back to this. The crouching Batman, I can understand what they're doing with that because all the Batmans, they stand tall, but when you have a Batman that stands kind of lower and looking up like he's crouched and ready to attack. Now, if you put him with the Superman just towers over the Batman, which makes sense to me. To me, it looks awesome if you put those two together. My biggest disappointment, I'm going to tell you guys right now, and this is a big disappointment for me, was the Dark Knight Rises Catwoman. To me, her face looked like, it was terrible. I mean, her face looked like a potato patch, like a potato head. It looked like somebody stuck her lips on, stuck her mask on. It just didn't look right. Her lips just...
The mask was wrong too, Ian. If you see the same photos I did when people were doing the close-ups.
Okay. Yeah, it was terrible. I mean...
Yeah, she was awful. I hated her.
I hate it.
I know, hot toy.
Damn hot toy.
Have you seen the hot toy Anne Hathaway? It blows that one away. Sorry, Prime One. Love you, but that sucked.
But
you sucked
Rick,
it up with Anne Hathaway.
Where was the love for the Justice League hot toys?
The Justice League hot toys are great. I actually think the Prime One Justice League was kind of a letdown, honestly, seeing it in person, like live on video. Yeah. I didn't like it. But
what hot toy, Rick, would you buy?
What hot toy would I buy? I would buy the Justice League hot toys. They're way better than the Prime One ones, honestly.
Can I get a buy?
That's an unpopular opinion, but they just look better.
And even if the DC fan got to say that Yondu was spot on.
I've got that on pre-order, the Yondu. The Yondu is probably one of the best hot toy sculpts I've seen, so I can't wait to get that one in. I like the arrow as well. It's coming from his pocket and like the trail goes all the way to his hand. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. I love that.
That one's got serious detail. I agree.
Actually, can anybody actually tell me that they... I just wanted to say, can anybody actually tell me that they enjoyed Henry Cavill's pose in that Justice League? He's walking casually. Who wants a pose of Superman walking casually towards somebody? It's stupid.
But it's from Man of Steel. It's not from Justice League. There's an actual Empire magazine cover.
No, I know.
With
but
Henry
that's
Cavill
I know
Man of Steel doing that exact same pose.
No, I know, but that's Man of Steel. This isn't a Man of Steel statue. It's a Justice League statue.
Exactly. I know.
That's my problem. I know the scene you're talking about from Man of Steel, but this is not a Man of Steel statue. It's a Justice League statue. Why
you want him more of a pose like the Resin Works one, Rick?
Yeah, I want him to exactly. I tell you, the pose was perfect on the Hush Superman. If they'd have taken that pose and stuck it on Henry Cavill's Justice League, it would have been a perfect statue. Not the bulge, mind you. The bulge was a little bit overdone. But
I'll tell you what,
Cavill should have been hovering.
To be fair, I spent the day today on eBay looking around and stuff. And if you're new to this hobby, do not buy anything new. Don't go on Sideshow or anywhere. Buy them all on friggin' eBay. It's like all you can friggin' eat on there. It's like everything's going for £1 or something. It's like, Jesus Christ, you've got a half-scale bus going for £150. You've got premium formats going for $350. It's like, what the friggin' hell is going on? It's like the Wild Bloody West in there. You've got like Electro going for £700 and stuff for XM. It seems like prices are getting more larger in like the professional sort of websites and stuff, but on eBay it's tanking.
Well,
it's a bias.
It's not.
If you're new started,
I'm seeing it on the local groups and that here in Australia too. We're actually seeing like, when would you have seen a Darth Vader mythos for £400?
Well, like I said the other week, someone on Facebook contacted me. I can't remember who it was because I've not met him before. I put a comment about the Vader Mythos on the group, and somebody PM'd me and said, "I'm selling my Vader and my Maul Mythos for £600, both of them. I need money quick. Would you buy it?" And do you know what? At the time, I was like, I don't really collect Star Wars. I wish I'd ripped their hand off now, because that is like ridiculous. Even though it's just absolutely silly money. So
yeah. Hey, real quick, let's give a shout out to the two Jeffs that are in the chat room, Jesse and Paradox. Thanks for joining us, guys. Appreciate it.
Paradox is having a good having a good week. He won the Sif Happens giveaway the other day. He's got a couple of quarterback Kia figures coming to him. And four sent him off before he went on his little paddle boat thing. So yeah.
So you guys want to go ahead, Richard.
I was going to say, just Tokyo Comic Con. There was an XM presence there. It wasn't XM themselves, but there was an XM presence there. And they had all the Spider-Man line lined up, and they had the Hulkbuster. Putin's back. They had the Hulkbuster, basically. And I still think.
What's up? Y'all can hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
All right.
That's for Daniel. Basically, I think the Doc Ock is still my favourite of that line. The new Doc Ock coming out, I might have to pre-order that because that was there and it just looked really, really nice.
Richard, the one that no one's been talking about with that, I've got to say, man, the XM Storm. Like, I haven't seen a better Storm.
No, she's bootylicious as well. She's definitely bootylicious.
That Storm is amazing. It really is. That Storm is the best Storm available, and I honestly like it better than pretty much all the new XMs except maybe the Doc Ock because I think it's the best one. But other than that,
I think the Doc Ock is the Electro of 2018, where it's like.
I think so too.
I think it's going to be a really, really big standout piece. I think the detail on it, as far as the coins dropping out of the bag and stuff. So yeah, I think Tokyo was a good Comic Con. I think I've started to see a bit more of course book here, there, and stuff as it goes on, but it's been pretty much Prime One's breeding ground in it. This is where Prime One usually shines. This and Wonderfest, obviously, but I think Winterfest or whatever it is. So it was good. It was good. I wasn't blown away by what they brought, but it wasn't when Wonder Woman on a horse came on. And I'm piss off before you start.
Oh,
it wasn't when Wonder Woman on a horse came on, and I was like.
That statue is probably one of the best statues I've ever seen, but why is it priced at $3,600? I get the 2 1/3 scale things, but I just don't understand the price. It just doesn't make sense. It's illogical.
If that was $2,000, I would buy it just because we talk about it that much, just so I can have it in shot behind me whenever I do videos. I would buy that shit.
If it was $2,000, I would have bought it.
You know what we need to do? We need to all split up and buy the statue and then rotate it. That's what we got to do. Hey, Rodney, are you there? Are you functional, Rodney?
Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Hey, real quick, what did you think of Tokyo Comic Con? Give me your best and worst, real fast.
Let me see. The Hot Toys Vader with the Stormtroopers display with the Millennium Falcon. I don't know if you guys saw that. I love that. I love the way that looks.
Nice.
I was kind of into the Ninja Batman. I like that more than the Samurai one, but the XM Samurai one has the switch out, so you can always change it up if you want. But I think my favorite thing, it was probably the Batman where he's jumping with the grappling hook. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yeah, New 52. Yep.
Yeah, it was part of that line with the shiny Superman and all that.
That's great.
But yeah, I love that Batman. And that was probably, most of it was a Prime One show, and most of their stuff looked great. So,
you know what I didn't see, Rodney? And when Richard posted all the pictures and to the Collectorverse and stuff, I messaged him and I said, "Hey, where are all the people at?" There was like nobody there in the pictures. But now today there seems to be a lot of people. So I was wondering if this was a real event or if it was fake. If they just put the statues up and they didn't have people come in or not. But I've seen, Comic Cons and places that are just packed with people. And you know who are the most loyal to wait in line? Are the pop figure people. The collectors that go out and they physically just drain themselves waiting in line to get these pop figures. It is absolutely insane. Richard, I know you got my message, and I know we talked about this, but can you believe the determination and loyalty from the Pop figure collectors just to absolutely drain themselves physically for a Pop figure? Can you believe that?
Oh, we're moving on topic 2. Sorry, I was talking to the chat. I was in my own little world.
Yeah, topic 2, Richard. Topic 2.
Buy a damn Pop toy.
Buy a damn Pop toy.
Buy
1 minute. 2. Seriously, I have a stack up there of T-shirts of different, because I ordered one of each just to make sure the quality was good for everyone. I didn't want people getting shit T-shirts, so I ordered one of each. Spent about 200 quid, and I've got a stack of T-shirts up there. I just keep changing them. This is another one. Pops. As you can see, I do collect Pops. I picked up a couple this week.
Yeah, that's a couple. Yeah.
I got Supreme Leader Snoke, who's pretty cool. Do you know what, actually? His face looks like what I look like if I don't have a glass of water before bed the next morning. It's seriously what I look like. And then I got Flash unmasked. Pretty cool. Not enough detail on his suit, but it is a Pop. You're not expecting. And then I got a flocked Chewbacca with Porg.
Oh, nice.
Pretty cool. Yeah, so I do collect Pops. I like them because you see all this money go out for statues all the time, and you're like, Jesus Christ! Like, I'm spending a fucking $1,400 on Thanos on Throne in the next couple of months. You know what I mean? You're like, Jesus, how many Pops could you buy for that? I'm not even kidding. How many Pops? 140? You could buy 140 Pops.
Oh yeah.
Well, just divide 1,200 by $10.
Yeah. So I was like, shit. So it's nice to be able to go out, and because we all have that itch, we're collectors. I mean, you can see I've got quite an eclectic mix of stuff. I've got steelbooks, I've got toys, I've got Pops, I've got a statue there from the Rogue One. Cheers, mate. Appreciate that. I've got, you know what I mean? I've got art. So I collect quite I'm not really a one collect type thing. So it's nice to be able to go out and just pick some up of a character that you love that costs not much. As far as the determination, when I was at MCM Comic Con, there wasn't a line for Anthony Mackie, there wasn't a line for the Thanos on Throne, but the line for Funko went literally out of Funko, zigzag like that, and then it was that long that they had to then shoo it around the actual booth. For people just to get, I mean, I didn't do it because I had press passes, so I just walked in, you know what I mean? So anyway.
Don't you know who I am? Out of the way, Peter.
Yeah, literally, I was like, I just flashed my pass and it just parted.
I just always walk into a place and I'm like, I'm Rogue Rick, bitch. Let me in.
Rick just tries to do a rant about your store, and then you're like, yeah, mate, yeah,
Don't you know who I am? It's Rogue Rick. It's Rogue Rick, my damn hot toy.
I just walk in every single way, so I don't have that problem with lines.
Yeah, well, all your people in your country are on fucking beach having a barbecue, so do you know what? No one's at a pop store.
Surfing.
Jason, you have to remember, I spent nearly 2 years there, so I know what you people get up to. And I'm not allowed to say
harmless, simple folk here.
Harmless, simple folk. Yes, that's why I didn't want to leave, and you had to kick and scream to get me out of the country.
They got deported. Okay.
Pretty much. I would have stayed forever if I could. So.
Well, I know Chris has been trying to feed me some really nasty food from Australia. It's absolutely disgusting. Chris, hey, Joe, did you buy a Pop yet?
Chris,
Chris?
Have I bought a Pop? Oh yeah, we have a few. I actually have one on my desk at work. My son, every time we go into a store and there's a new Pop, yeah, he grabs one. So what I like about them, and when they first came out, I wasn't too sure. You know, I'm like, oh great, it's just another bobblehead, whatever. You know, you see all different kinds of stuff. You know, especially like the sports, football, baseball, basketball. But with the Pops, what I really like about them is some of their costumes are got some detail. Then they have the big round faces, but like the Kit Fisto, I mean, looked really cool. The guys from Jedi Rebel or Star Wars Rebels. What's his name? The Lasat.
Are you telling me? Wait a minute.
Kanan.
Sid Happens is jacking up the Star Wars guys? Come on now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Chris,
All right, let's go back. Let's go to Rodney. Rodney, what do you think?
Yeah, no, my brain's shutting down, guys. Wow.
Well, it's got to be on to shut down.
I'm a little. You guys hear me?
Yeah.
I'm a little jealous of the enthusiasm with the pop guys because they get to get into a hobby and collect without the stress of the price. It gets to stay just about fun with them. The prices are so you can just get into it. Whereas, we gotta move stuff around and figure out what we want to get and pick and choose. So I wish I was more into the pop stuff because they get to just have fun with it, and I love that. I'm jealous of that. So, what you think, Jason?
Rodney, if you were going to collect a pop line, what would you start with? Punisher Netflix series, or?
If I was gonna do pops, of course, it would be Punisher, because it would have to have that extra emotional appeal. So yeah, it would have to be Punisher stuff.
And I know a lot of people who like usually watch this chat statue collectors and stuff, and pops are a bit, I don't know, lowbrow for some people. I know there's a lot of statue collectors do collect pops, but we've recently got a big influx of pop channels. We got Top Pops, Nerdy Noob, and John Carlos McMaster and stuff. So we want to try and bring a bit more pop information out there, a bit more pop news, and because we do collect pops, we like them, and we know that it's kind of like it's not statues, we get it, but these are important things to a lot of people, and they are a collectible. And you know what? I think Funko would probably worth more than Sideshow on the stock market. So it's not a small time thing. And like I said, when I was at Comic Con, the line was Funko. Just to get, there was 2 exclusives. There was 3. There was a Rick and Morty. There was the Hulk from Thor Ragnarok with the beads and stuff, and then there was the Emperor pop with the 2 guards at the side of him. So they were the 3 exclusives we were trying to get. I mean, Rick, have you got any pops? I mean, is there anything you don't collect?
Oh, no, of course not. I collect everything. But in all seriousness, though, I actually am really wanting to get into more pops. I have a handful, but I kind of realized that I had to get some kind of a focus if I'm going to collect pops. So I know there's 1,000 of these anyway, so it's probably a bad character to pick, but I'm doing Batman just because if I don't pick just one character, I will collect every pop, and I will have a house that I'll be up to my neck in pops. I'll be like waiting to get to the bathroom. So I can't do that. I have to control myself. So I actually think variety is good in collecting. I just want to recommend, like, if you're a statue collector and you're just collecting statues, I do find that it can get a little bit, you can get numb to it. You see so many statues like over and over again that you start to get kind of disinterested in statues that would normally be halfway decent. And I think switching it up and maybe having some variety in your collection, maybe having a couple of pops here and there, or maybe some hot toys. You know what I was going to say, but I didn't say it about the hot toys, but I'll spare you. But in all seriousness, I really think variety is good. I was talking to a gentleman the other day, and he was talking about how, I was wanting to get the half-scale Nightmare Batman. And he was like, yeah, get it. And he's like, you can build around that and have different sort of Batmans around that and Batman characters and have like a variety kind of display and not just do like all statues. So I thought it'd be cool to have like a half scale and then have some display cases where I have some pops and some hot toys to kind of theme it a little bit. I like the idea of like the shrine that I've seen people do. So I was like, why not Batman? Because he's Batman. And why not collect Batman? Because he's the best. So I was like, I'll just do that. And I really think there's something to that. I've seen some people even display their pops with their statues, like theme the character together. Like if they have like a Captain America statue, they'll put a Captain America pop beside it just to have a little bit of something, kind of like some people will take comics and set them beside their statues. So I actually think that there's a way to do both and you don't have to be stuck up and just be like, I'm only buying statues. You can branch out and get other stuff and, buy comic books to collect with your statues. Get creative. Don't, get a bust, like a smaller bust to put with your statue of that same character. Just make it fun, but don't limit yourself to one thing. I think you'll eventually burn out if you do that. That's just my opinion.
We have. I'll do a quick shout out. We have a Collectiverse OG in the chat. Chris, the Batman statue collector. Nice to see him actually on the Collectorverse, even if just commenting. So he's always welcome back. He knows he is. I actually watched the Tokyo Comic Con stuff before we came on air, talking about his hits and misses. Because if you're going to buy a Batman statue, you need to make sure the Batman statue collector gives you his approval. Because if he doesn't, then you're not allowed to buy it. It's a rule now. I think DC are going to announce it next week. So I just want to give a quick shout out. Because to be fair, Chris is always going to be Collectorverse OG. He's always going to be with the guy that I was bouncing ideas off when this all started, and he's always welcome in the group. So I just wanted to give him a quick shout out to you, mate.
I just want to second that. We love you, Chris. Batman statue collector, my brother. Love you, man.
Rick tells everyone he meets all day that he loves them, though. So, mate, don't fucking take that way.
I love people. Rogue Rick loves people. Why is that so hard for everybody to understand? I ran a lot, but I love people. I mean, I'm angry sometimes.
It's a paradox, literally.
I am. I'm a paradox.
He's a paradox nerd.
Hey, we also have some other people in the chat. We have Decora White. We have Carl Creed. So, welcome.
Nice.
Welcome, everyone.
Oh, gosh. You missed the Prime 1 part.
Max Collection.
Let's get on to his best of 2017 in predictions, because I think this is going to take a while.
I noticed you avoided me with the pops, but that's all right.
No, sorry, mate. I forgot you're not going. To be fair, I don't think about.
No. Look, you know what? I don't want to talk them down because people love them and stuff like that. But we've got a local shop, chain of shops in Australia that deal with pop culture called Zing Pop Culture. Mate, they really need to take an entire bloody wall up for these things. You know, like, I'm sorry, man. I get that people like them and that, but all I see is I look at them and I see cheap plastic with dead eyes.
I know, mate. Struth, it's fucking great, isn't it? Like, mate, oh my god. I mean, take out the fucking wall, like, how's it going?
Well, it does, mate. Look, you know how many pairs you can fit on that bloody wall?
Struth.
But there we go. That's my little rant on them. But look, you know, if you like them and you collect them, as long as it makes you happy, good luck to you.
By the way,
I couldn't have them in my house if I had all them dead eyes looking at me, and then I'd have nightmares.
I've got that with Mrs. anyway, so that's probably why I like Pops, dead eyes.
Hey, to all the pop channels, wait, hold on, Richard, time out. To all the pop channels that are out there, I want to see a video on a hot topic, silver pop. They say they don't exist, that they're very, very rare. So if anybody out there has a silver pop, I want to see a video review on that. Please send it to me. Personally message me. I want to see this stuff. Go ahead, Richard.
I was going to say, if you like what Jason's tone of voice and you're into that sort of thing, then he's got a episode 2 of what...
on the Barbie.
Yeah, episode 2 of What a Character's going up tomorrow, and he's talking about Chris's favourite person, Batman. He'll be discussing the comics, discussing the movies, and basically dropping some knowledge on everything from when he started to the recent movies. So that'll be going up tomorrow. He did Superman last week, and I think he's up to 700 views now, which is pretty cool.
950.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done pretty well with it. So Batman's this week, and next week he's talking Wonder Woman, and literally it's going to be about 3 minutes extra, because in the middle it's just Rick drooling. 3 minutes. I think.
Okay, so what's the best of 2017, and what are we looking for in 2018? Rogue Rick.
Best of 2017. My favorite statue of 2017 that I don't have is the Cable XM statue. That's my favorite one. Sorry if it offends anybody out there, but that's what I'm choosing. And I also think from Prime 1, I think the Harley Quinn Arkham 1/3 was honestly the best statue that I think they made. People might say that, you know, you could throw out some other names of some other statues, but that one is just I'm blown away by that one, and everybody that I've talked to that owns it says it's either their best statue or one of. So I think that one is a killer piece. I really want to see how Thanos on Throne turns out for next year. I think everybody's excited about that, and I don't blame them, because it's probably the most hot piece. Is everybody going to be happy they spent, what is it, like, was it $1,200, something like that, $1,300?
The flippers won't be, Rick.
Yeah.
What is it?
The flippers won't be happy.
No, if they well, nobody's flip. If anybody's flipping right now, they're not happy. I can tell you that right now. You can't flip anything. In fact, you can't even give stuff away. I swear, I tried to give away a statue the other day, and someone said "screw you" and wouldn't take it. So that tells you how bad it is right now. It's terrible. I couldn't even.
Maybe it wasn't the statue, Rick. Maybe it was you.
It was me. They
were going to take the statue, but only if you threw in the free shipping as well.
Yeah, exactly. That was the problem. They didn't want to pay the shipping. It's like, here, free statue. Like, damn it, I don't want it. I don't pay the shipping. I'm not paying shipping on that piece of crap.
That sounds like our next
I don't pay shipping.
I don't want to pay shipping.
Yeah, and then I was like, then my next line was like, screw you, go buy a damn hot toy.
Yeah.
And then they shut up. And that's all I heard from them. So that was the end of that conversation. I think I might have made an enemy with that person, but either way, it's beside the point.
I still love you, Rick.
I'm glad somebody still does after all this.
Yeah. That's our next T-shirt. Screw you, I don't pay shipping.
Yeah, exactly. Screw you, I don't pay shipping. Next T-shirt coming soon to the Collectorverse. So just be ready. I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of Prime 1 pieces. And Decoria White's on here, right? So yeah, Prime 1's awesome. I love Prime 1. I really do love Prime 1. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm actually looking forward to seeing the Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad next year. I think that's going to be pretty awesome. I'm hoping it turns out as well as it looks like it's going to in the video. Because, well, I mean, it's Harley Quinn, and do I need to say anything else about that? You've seen the movie, right? I think everybody that's seen the movie probably knows why that statue is going to be popular. Just saying.
Margot Robbie is a horrible example of Australian females, mate.
Oh, you think so?
Rick, I'll vouch for that. I know so.
You know so?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think 2018 is probably my most excited year, though. There's not a lot of things I'm just dying to have. 2019 is actually the year that there's a lot more stuff that I'm interested in. So I don't know that I'll be buying much in 2018. I got a lot of things in 2019 that I'm considering, but yeah, 2018, no, not much. So I'll pass it on to Jedi Chris.
Hi guys. Yeah, when we were talking about the pops, the name that kept eluding me was Zeb, Gareth Zebarelios, the Lasat. That's upstairs right now, and it's really cool looking. But anyway, with the statues, I wouldn't say that I have a single favorite for 2017, but 2018, some of the stuff that they have on displays right now, I'm on the fence, really, to be honest with you. I don't want to just say there's a certain one because I'm always going to have a bias. You know, I'm a Darth Vader and a Luke Skywalker fan. You know, I love, Marvel and DC and all that stuff. But, I mean, look behind me. I mean, I'm always going to default to Star Wars. I mean, but I really haven't seen a whole lot of, like, new things that are that have caught my attention. Like, hey, I want to go drop $1,200 on this statue right now. I mean, the Thanos, the one that we were looking at yesterday, I mean, that would be tempting. You know, if I won the lottery, that'd be probably the first thing I grab. But yeah, really, I'm actually just wanting to see what's coming. I mean, I feel like there's this lull where they're showing us a couple things, and then all of a sudden we're just having this explosion of all kinds of stuff. I mean, come on, Infinity Wars and and Star Wars and Star Trek and I mean, come on. I mean, it's gonna just be ridiculous. And if this becomes a buyer's market, then I'm definitely going to be maybe taking some of my college fund and actually buying some stuff from behind me.
Well, hey, Jedi, I got this for you. It's a buyer's market, so get busy. Let's go.
Well, I jumped in the buyer's market pool yesterday, and I got to be honest with you, it felt good. I didn't feel guilty or anything. I just did it. You know, took a couple laps and I showed my son all the photographs online.
The credit card statement comes in, Chris. It's all good.
What's that?
You don't feel bad until the credit card statement comes in. That's when the pain hurts.
Well, I mean, with the holiday spending, hopefully it gets covered by a bigger purchase somewhere. So you don't see.
That's a good call.
See, I didn't even know you had to pay those credit cards back. Are you supposed to pay those back? Is that like a thing?
No, you just get a new one, Rick.
Yeah, it's in the small print, Rick. It's in the small print where it says like I agree and stuff, and then it's like really tiny. Yeah. So.
Damn it! I didn't even know that. I just thought like it was just like free money and stuff. That kind of changes things.
And people thought the GFC came from Wall Street.
Oh, Jesus. All right, real quick, I'm going to give you my best of 2017. Right here. Frank Miller Bats. That's my best of 2017. Also, along with the Bane premium format from Sideshow Collectibles. I have that one as well. To me, those are the two best of 2017. What I'm looking forward to next year is the Sideshow Court of the Deadline. They have a lot of stuff coming out. And let me tell you, that is going to be fantastic. And I cannot wait to see some of that stuff. I know the General Reaper looks amazing from pictures. The detail on the outfit looks crazy. The color in between. The armor looks intense. So that's what I'm looking forward to. That's what I like. Rodney, what do you got?
Well, you already took my Batman one. That was one of my two. Well, I have one too. that was one of my ones for 2017. Deadpool by Sideshow. I'm really impressed with that one. Deadpool. I'm impressed with both of those Deadpools. And as far as for 2018, with the Ian again on Court of the Dead, but especially Odeon, I'm really excited about that one. I'm nervous, anxious price for that one's gonna be, but Dead in 2018, I think is gonna be crazy. Too, that I'm really happy and excited to see. Jason?
Well, look, with the glut of statues and that are out there on the market, I can't just nail it down. So I'm only going to go through ones that I got. I actually had to write them down because there's so many. Of this year, look, my personal best two that I've seen, I'd have to say was the Bane PF and the XM Venom. In person, absolutely amazing. For next year, the XM Storm, the Sideshow Zatanna, the Aspen, and the Justice League Hot Toys, and the Prime 1 Justice League line. I know that's 2019, but they're the ones that I'm most looking forward to personally.
Which one, the Zatanna, does that have a floating skull or a floating object on the hand?
No, the Zatanna, the exclusive comes with the John Constantine rabbit at effect.
That's the Sideshow one, Ian. You're talking about the Prime 1 with the floating thing.
Okay.
Hey, can I mention, when you're talking about Justice League Dark, that Dead Man from Prime 1 that they showed at Tokyo? That thing was amazing. I just wanted to point that out. We might not have mentioned it. Dead Man was great. 1/3 scale. Fantastic.
It's good to see they're doing the lesser-known characters too, man.
Yeah, I actually like Dead Man. He was like a character I always loved in the comics. So I was surprised.
Oh, he's a great character.
Yeah, he's a great character. Everybody was like, I don't know who he is. I'm like, do you people read comics? Does anybody read a comic anymore? Good God, get you a comic.
Don't tell them that. Then they won't watch my show.
Yeah, that's true. They're watching your show because they don't know shit about comics.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Your great quid stick on it. What a character.
Oh, goodness.
Damn, that's a hoodie. That's more than a shirt. That's a hoodie.
That's a hoodie right there, son. They don't know shit about comics. They don't know shit.
I think my best of 2017 is a tie between Sideshow and XM. I love the Electro from XM. I think that's been a piece that not many people have. I know that people love it, but they haven't been like raving. You know what I mean? It hasn't been like kind of some throne hype where you're like, oh my god, this is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's been the actual wires, like the proper cables and the amount of detail that goes into it. Both head, it's good when both head sculpts you want to display and you can't figure out which one you want to choose. So, and then also one that there's one thing on it that I don't like, and I'll get to that in a minute. But it's the Hulk versus Wolverine Marquette from Sideshow, which is actually behind Ian, and that one behind Ian is the one that people are going to win in the Golden Collector Awards, by the way.
It's this one right here. I'm
going
going to package it back up. I'm going to wrap it and send it to you guys. No, this is the one.
And if he doesn't, and if he breaks it, he's paying for another, and he's already been warned. So yeah, so that's
actually to let you guys know. I can prove it. I bought my own, so this is my own. This is not the one that I'm sending to you. I promise you.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you clarified that.
Well, I mean, I don't want people to think that I'm rocking out with all the prizes and being like, woohoo, yeah.
To be fair, we know you are, Ian. We know you've got like loads of collectible kits in your room and loads of like sideshow stuff and that. You just playing collector until we take them all off you.
I really just throw them on the floor and I just roll around in them.
That'd be so uncomfortable.
That might hurt.
That's a mental picture I don't want at all.
The one thing that I don't like about the Hulk versus Wolverine is the Wolverine head, and I know that Sam Gilchrist, I think it's Sam Gilchrist, he's in it anyway. He's doing something towards it. They've worked on a custom Wolverine set of heads, and you get the unmasked and you get a masked, and they're amazing.
So you're telling me?
They are amazing.
Hey, wait a minute. You're telling me, Richard, you don't like the meth head Wolverine? Like?
No, I like Wolverine to have not smoked a gallon of crack before he actually.
Richard's English. The teeth look normal to him.
Hey, Jesse wants to know about the premium format Wolverine, if it had a slight lean to it. You guys know anything?
I heard that was the Michael Jackson Smooth Criminal version, so it's fine.
They weren't supposed to show
special
that.
variant edition.
It was a Michael Jackson Smooth Criminal
Looks fine to
version.
me, man. Looks fine to me.
No, they weren't supposed to be showing that one. At least that's what I saw on Facebook. Gary Speed reached out and got some information about it. They earlier version that wasn't ready to be showed.
Actually, on that. Yeah, I remember what happened. They said that the actual statue itself was a pre-production piece, and the base was from the next stage, so the key didn't fit properly, and that they shouldn't have even shown it on the show, and they got in big trouble for it.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Someone's wrist got slapped.
Well,
Anyway.
when they looked at the statue, they didn't see that something was wrong with it. It was leaning 45 degrees.
That's a very good question.
My prediction 2018, or is it? Are we just going to skip to?
No, we got. I think we have one more. Or no, are we good?
No, I want to talk about my predictions 2018. God, this is way in the notes. Basically, 2018. Everyone knows about Thanos coming, so I'm not going to speak about Thanos. I am seriously. I am worried. I am worried because I saw the Infinity War trailer the other day, which I did a reaction for. And it was weird because I was literally rushing to get this reaction done. I didn't get my audio set up properly or anything, but next time I'll be better. I've got everything set up now. So anyway, I did this reaction and I was looking at the character list and I was like, if they make one of these across all the companies each, I am not even skin. I am robbing banks like heat to try and to make enough money to piss and pay for these. Seriously. It's like, because if they make a Thanos, if they make any characters from that, I am skin. If they make all the villains, I'm skin. And you know they're coming. And also then there's the Last Jedi stuff, which, if the movie is as good as what I think it's going to be, there's going to be a lot of people wanting a Luke, because a lot of people want a Snoke. I mean, how big is a Snoke 1/4 going to be? So I'm like...
They're going to do a Snoke on Throne is what they're going to do.
Oh, absolutely.
I know that they're not going to come out in 2018. Which is comforting because that means I ain't got to spend money next year. But they're still going to be coming in 2018, so I'm looking forward to seeing all the Infinity War line because I think that movie is going to be insane. And then you've got also, people are forgetting this, we have Han Solo coming in May. So in May, we have Infinity War and Han Solo coming out. And I know Thor will be very happy with the Han Solo movie. So we're going to get a young Lando, we're going to get a new Han Solo. Are we going to see the first ever collectible statue with a different Han Solo sculpt?
Probably.
Got a new Han Solo actor. Are we going to see it? Are they going to do it? Will they do it? I don't know. Will they actually not do a Harrison Ford and do a new film? So,
they're going to do it, but he's going to lean backwards.
Well, to be fair, the new sculpt that done for Harrison Ford looks more like the new actor that does fucking Harrison Ford. So to be fair, that could be it. You know, I mean, I didn't know Dennis Quaid was in Star Wars, but yeah, it was pretty good. So, that's my.
Are you honestly going to get a pink skin Thanos?
Oh yeah, pink skin Thanos. I want it. Signing up.
Listen, Thanos goes to the beach like everyone else. When he gets a tan, he's purple. Maybe he's had a dry year. Maybe he's been in house doing work. Leave him alone. You know what I mean? He's pink. If he can get, I'm sure he'd like a tan like the rest of us to get purple. But you know what? It's not his fault. The missus has probably been on his back. He's not took over the fucking universe yet. You never follow through with what you've done. And now he's had to stay in, basically working, not doing shit.
Oh, I thought he was in his exercise gear, you know, working out.
It's very
Listen, if your missus was called Lady Death, do you think you've got a good fucking life? Oh no. So you know what? Leave him alone.
Yes, my wife is killer.
Sealed the deal with death. She ain't his girlfriend.
Hey, at least he's not gold.
He's trying. He keeps a trying, but he ain't getting there.
Gold Thanos? No gold Thanos, huh? No.
To be fair, right, if I were him and Lady Death were giving me shit, I'd put that gauntlet on and you know what would come next. So,
well, listen,
anyway.
If they make a pink Thanos premium format, I want to see a mustached Henry Cavill Superman. I want both.
That
What
poor
would have
movie.
been easier? This what makes me laugh about Universal. They were so fucking stubborn that they wouldn't pay for a fake mustache. They made basically DC and Warner Brothers go, yeah, you're gonna have to spend millions, mate, getting rid of this mustache because we're not paying £4.50 for one from Joke Shop. It's not happening. Like Universal must have stuck their heels in so far. They were literally like Wonder Woman at end of Batman versus Superman. Like, no, he's having that mustache. He's staying because his chin was.
With that, man, they've set a dangerous precedent because you reckon Warner Brothers won't stick it to them when their shoes on the other foot.
Yeah.
Won't they be out of business, Warner Brothers, in like 20 minutes or something?
Mate,
Did anyone see, by the way, Jason, did you see this? That the guy who has basically been running the division that oversees Justice League, because they're being bought, there's a lot of talk that Warner Bros. Has been bought out. That he basically wouldn't push Justice League to 2018 because if he did, it wouldn't go on his yearly bonus, and he might not get one next year. Because
look, there's conspiracy theories about everything. I mean, like you know, there's all these conspiracy theories that Schneider was pushed out, and that. Hello, his daughter committed suicide for God's sake, man. You know what I mean? Like, is there a conspiracy there? Did someone fake her suicide to get rid of him off the film? I don't think so, guys. You know, like. A family tragedy led to the director of the film walking away from the project.
But did you hear what they cut out? Did you hear what they cut out of it? Like the stuff that they cut out of that movie from Snyder's cut. It was ridiculous. We had Darkseid, we had Lanterns talking, we had Hippolyta talking.
We'll never know the true story. Maybe in 20 years' time there'll be a graphic novel or a book written about the behind-the-scenes dramas and everything like that. But until that happens, it's all just conjecture and we don't know.
Fair enough.
Fair, yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to topic number 4. All right, topic number 4 is going to be our awards voting has ended. It is done for 2017.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, absolutely close. So,
Give me more
voting. What? Okay, so we got a lot of new shows. We got a lot of Collectorverse stuff going on. Voting done. We're gonna be shooting the awards show soon, and we have 3 new shows. So, Richard, why don't you tell us a little bit about those topics?
Well, first I'm going to start out by, can everyone see this?
Yeah.
This is basically what arrived this week. I got 50 of these arrived. That's the Special Recognition Award for the Vic Award. And that will go to one person, and the rest. And I've got actually 9 others, which are all going to Vic's family. And they're actually going to put one next to his ashes, which I was floored by. Like literally, it was one of those moments where I'm like, really? That is ridiculous, and I love them for that. And I've been in constant communication with them all. And this is what everyone wins. And do you know what? These are bloody heavy. I'm not even kidding. These are very heavy. I seriously, I was quite shocked by the actual weight of them, how heavy they are. And they don't come alone. They come in one of these, which is a protective case so that you can make sure they don't get injured. And they also come on a stand so you can display them. So you can put them on your shelves, you can do whatever you want. So if you win one, the awards voting ended. I can reveal that we had over 20,000 votes made by 2,300 and something people, which was craziness. Like literally 20,000 votes made from 2,300 people voted. That is insane.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you very
much.
Thank you very much.
Yep. And I know everyone now is going, oh, that means my odds on winning everything has gone down. So yeah, it does. We're going to be filming the awards next weekend. Actually, I have to have Johnny Walther in my house. So, Jesus. So yeah, he's coming up. We're going to have a set done. The guys in the US. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting night. I will be hosting. We did have a plan for a host, but we've been that busy and things have sort of ran away. And we've also got new members coming, as you noticed. We've got 4 Ronnie and Jason now on the team. We wanted to bring a few more people onto the awards, and more panelists means more time. So in order to keep the time down, I'm going to host because I know the run order, I know how things are going to go. If you knew me, you'd know I hate being on camera for different reasons. But you know what? One for the team. I know. I think I know how everything's going to run, and now also I can bring somebody else in to do some panelist talk. It won't be live because we have nominee videos, we have intro videos, we have so much different stuff going on. We have. I've just finished the tribute video to Vic. Put it this way, I've seen it probably 50 times while editing it. You know what I mean, and going through it. And it still chokes me up every time. So when these guys see it and everyone else sees it, it's craziness because his family's involved, and I can't honestly. I'll watch it again on the night, but I don't watch it after that because it's like. So we'll have that. It's going to be a busy month for me. I said we had 2 new shows launched. We had What a Character, which is what I talked about earlier, Jason going into comic book characters, and then we had Sif Happens, which is Thor and Chris and their new Star Wars show, and they had Charles Crozer on the other day. I was talking about artwork. We would like to do one next week, but Thor's on his paddle boat at the minute going around the Mediterranean or something. So he's basically he's too busy playing shuffleboard or something at the minute. So, yeah.
Is that boat going to Pound Town or is it just going out to sea?
Yeah, you won't see Ian around much lately. We get putting a lawsuit against us if he carries on. So basically, yeah, we've got Sif Happens, which in 2 weeks, which is the 15th, I think, there will be a new one. And I will have seen The Last Jedi. I will be the only one on the panel of that night, because I'm going to be on it, who will have seen The Last Jedi, and I'm trying to figure out how much I wind Thor up. Do I wind him up a little or wind him up a lot? So do I start basically like just give a non-spoiler review, or do I start just dropping hints and just winding him up saying like fake stuff that's going on? Because I am seeing it on the 14th at 7:30 in the morning, so I'm going as quick as I can to see that thing. So we've had some new shows. We've also got a Star Wars giveaway this month, which is for our subscribers. If you subscribe to this channel, basically you get to win loads of stuff. There's the Art of the Movie book for the Last Jedi. There's the cross sections book, which goes into all the sort of vehicles and stuff like that. It's really interesting. I've got some from The Force Awakens. There's the visual dictionary. There's the calendar for next year. There's the soundtrack by John Williams. There's a pop of Rey from the Last Jedi, and there's a pop ride of Kylo Ren in the TIE Fighter as well. So you get to win all that. Wait,
for Collectiverse?
Yeah, this is a giveaway just for this month for the sub competition. Where have you been? So basically, this is just for this month. So if
you were giving away stuff, you didn't tell me that. You just mentioned it.
Well, if you go on the website, there's a massive banner through the middle of the website that says giveaway Last Jedi. They do this.
What? We have a website?
So, yeah, we have a website. Yeah, where is everyone? What are you doing? Am I the only one that pays attention around here, or what? So, I have to work with. Can you see what I have to work with? Seriously, it's lucky you're alive at all.
We all just
so yes, we have a giveaway this month. We're trying to get more subscribers so we can obviously boost the shows and stuff. And we haven't got this stuff for free. We've basically I've put my hand in my pocket to get this stuff for everyone. So if you want to win all that, just make sure you're a subscriber. Old subscribers and new subscribers, don't matter if you're already subscribed. You still be in a chance of winning it, and that'll be drawn at the end of December. So yeah, so as far as going into January, we have the first ever Collectiverse meetup, which we discussed last month, and that's going to be in LA at Seal Beach, and it's going to be the 20th of January. It will be a ticket affair. We will have statues down there. There will be artwork down there. We're still confirming what companies are sending what. There will be food as part of the ticket. There will be 2 drinks as well. I mean, Ian, do you want to just do a bit more on that as far as the actual place and stuff like that? Because you dealing with it really, I'm not there, so.
Yeah, absolutely. So in Seal Beach, it's actually on the border of Los Angeles and Orange County, but it's a great venue. It's on Main Street in Seal Beach, and it's St. Germain's Bistro. We've got the whole restaurant lined up for nothing but statue artwork. We've got couches laid up so you can sit down. We're going to have live music. Jedi Chris and I will be there. We'll be setting up statues all day that day. You're going to get, for $50, you get entrance into the venue, plus you get a free meal, and you get 2 drinks, that's a great deal. I mean, you're not going to pay that. You could pay that for, a nice dinner and 2 drinks, but plus you get the company of Chris and I. It's going to be fabulous. So
can't argue that.
We're going to be wearing the same shirts, I'm sure, but it's going to be great.
I just want to say,
by the way, there will be karaoke. It's going to be like party.
I just want to say something as well. I was going to actually go. I was looking at flights and I was going to be there, but I'll give an exclusive reveal right now. I'm flying out there in March. We're all flying out there in March anyway. So I was like, two flights in 2 months, and I can only go for a weekend. We're flying out in March because the Collectiverse has a booth at WonderCon. We actually have a booth at WonderCon. We will be there. We've got a lot of stuff planned for that booth. Can't go into what now, but we're all flying out for WonderCon. If you're going to be there in LA, then we can't wait to meet you and chat to you and stuff like that. So I will be in LA in March. So to fly out in January as well. Plus, I've seen Ian eat, and it's not a pretty sight. So I was like, no, I'm all right.
Yeah. I have a lot of Collectiverse shirts because I get food all over them whenever I eat.
Ian in a bib. Ian in a bib is just one of the sights you just do not want to see. So yeah, so we will be at WonderCon in March. We'll have a booth and everything, and we've got a lot of stuff planned for that booth. Jason will be there as well. He's actually been let out of the Colonialville. He will be there in Australia. So
we'll be attending. So we're looking forward to it.
And your boy's coming. Adrian's coming as well.
Yep, he's coming as well.
Are you sure about that? Don't have a concert before you guys fly.
No, look, yeah, Adrian was meant to be here today, guys, but was out very late at the concert last night, crawled in at some ungodly hour. When I've gone to wake him up this morning, all I got was nondescript grunts. So I said, yeah, just stay there, buddy.
See, if it had been laid in bed with a woman, I would have took that excuse. But apart from that, I'm not taking it. So
his girlfriend was here too.
Mm.
He has a girlfriend and he collects. Is that
allowed? Oh, Jesus.
Well, I'm hoping for him. I don't think Thor can make it because I think he's on a kayak that week with his missus, so he can't make it that week for WonderCon. So I'm hoping Rodney might be able to make it. I'll have to talk to him about it later. But yeah, there's so much stuff going on. This is why I'm going grey. I'm actually going grey. I'm pulling an Alex Thomas here. I'm going grey on the sides. I'm telling you that. I'm getting distinguished because I've just been that busy with stuff. We've actually got a bit of a progression with this show. I get fibre optic broadband next week, which means we can start doing it with the production value that we used to do it and also do it live. Which is really good. It means that we can go back to having the scroll bar and the logo and stuff, and it'll be great. Yes, we'll still have Jason, so the production value won't be as top as it was before. It'll still be pretty good.
It's got to be live. It's got to be live. We don't know what's going to happen. That's the fun part about it.
Yeah, Rick live is something people need to see. If I could, I'd put him in a museum and let people just stare at him all day. He needs time to be seen.
Hey, I'm okay.
That's not a museum. That's a circus.
If you put some statues in there with me, I'm good. I'll just hang out and pet my statues.
Well,
and if it's Wonder Woman, on a horse, I will lay down beside her.
It's not Wonder Woman.
Exactly. It was like Smeagol. My precious, we swear on the precious.
Just throw all your toys on the ground and roll.
You decided to do Lord of the Rings quotes. Take control.
I want to see Rick try to get on the horse with Wonder Woman.
I would do it. Man, get a Comic-Con with that horse and I will ride it. I will ride that horse.
Hey, Deborah, if you're still watching, talk to Prime One and make a little Rick to put on the back of Wonder Woman, the horse.
One-third scale Rick.
That's exclusive.
Do it. One-third scale Rick. Come on, Prime One. You can do it.
I just want to quickly ask you, right, I want to ask you guys, I got one question from the chat. If you could have something bought for you for Christmas, one piece that's already out or out before the end of the year, what would it be? Ian, if someone could buy you any piece that's out now, what would it be?
It's very easy for me. It's Cleopsis. One day I'll buy her, or one day somebody will get her for me. She's waiting.
I still think it sounds like a venereal disease, but yeah. Chris, what would your present be?
For me, honestly, I know my wife would probably force choke me if I said this, but for some reason, I would like to have the life-size Han Solo in carbonite. I think is just, I've seen it and it looks really cool. Where could I put it? I have no idea. It's not cheap, but if people love me that much, I would absolutely accept it graciously and, give lots of hugs. That'd be about it.
Okay, now I'm not going to buy it for you.
Rodney?
All right.
Oh, this is easy.
Hugs.
The Blitzway Bruce Lee Game of Death statue.
Nice.
Bruce Lee
Nice.
That's the one.
Jason, which DC piece would you like for Christmas?
Actually, not a DC piece because I've pretty much ordered all the DC pieces this year. I'd probably go either like the whole Wolverine Dio or surprisingly Lady Thor.
Yeah, do you know what? I've seen Lady Thor in person, and she is a sleeper piece. Actually, she is really nice.
I got her recently, and he actually sent me through video footage of him unboxing her and that, and he said how impressed he was with it. And looking at the video, man, it was amazing.
Yeah, the actual face sculpt and the lipstick and stuff, and the texturing on the suit is incredible.
Yeah,
Richard actually put the clothes back on. Didn't you, Richard?
Yeah, yeah. It was. Yeah. To be fair, when I was at MCN, I've talked about this before. Zavi didn't know how to put the clothes on her, so I was like, there was just loads of bits just laid next to the statue, and I'm like, what's all this about? Oh, we don't know how it goes. I'm like that. Cover her up for Christ's sake, you perv. Rick, if anyone could buy you anything, you can only have one thing, and keep it clean, and it can't be Gal Gadot. Who would it be? What would it be?
Yeah, my most wanted piece right now is the Bane versus Batman diorama from Iron Studios. I like that one.
That looks nice.
That's what I want.
Chris?
Love it.
You've gone. Is that everyone?
there you go, Rick.
Mine would be, if I could have anything that's already out, what would it be? Do you know what? There's not been great Marvel pieces this year that I've been blown away with, like apart from Lady Thor. But as far as Marvel pieces, I think the this has been DC's year. I think Star Wars and Marvel have been a bit hit and miss, and there's not been pieces that have, apart from XM, obviously. If I could have one piece, what would it be?
Iron Man Marquette or Maquette, the Iron Man one.
Oh, Jason's got my statue.
Do you know what? That Iron Man market that's coming out next year, the Iron Man Mark III. I said this the other day in the chat. Has anyone noticed, right? That came up for pre-order. It was a TBD edition size. And then it suddenly just dropped off being able to pre-order it and gone back to coming soon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, no explanation. It's gone from TBD edition size to just going back to coming soon and not being available to purchase. I don't know what's going on there or what's happened, but it sounds a bit weird to me.
Well, that exclusive sold out in like 4 minutes.
Yeah, but do you know what? I don't want to freaking something that I can just remove and it ain't got to be part of the actual thing. I don't know why they didn't put an unmasked head or an open face plate or something. That would have been pretty cool. Yeah. So I wasn't bothered about the exclusive. I was waiting. Same with the Wasp. I'm waiting for the TBD to change into an edition size, and I'm going to purchase them. I basically watched Rick last week and were like, yes, I agree with everything Rogue Rick says. Which is
wow. Really?
Yeah, I know. I was shocked. I actually was shocked. I agreed with you.
Shit, that's amazing. I'm happy now. I'm proud.
Mine would probably be that. If I had to pick one, it'd be Bane. Bane PF, I'd probably pick that. You can keep the exclusive head. I don't really give a shit about that one. Mm-hmm. But Bane PF would probably be the one that I'd want that's already out. Or Beta Ray Bill from XM. One of those two. So I think that'd be mine.
What about you, Rodney?
Rodney's already gone, hasn't he?
Oh, you already asked me.
I know.
It was Bruce Lee.
I just want to thank everybody that's been in chat tonight. It's been quite a few people. I really appreciate everyone that's come in and we're all having a nice little chat. Spanish Heart 18's in and always nice to see him in. Bassrod, Star Wars BE loves a bit of Star Wars in with Jesse Hernandez, Paradox Nerd. Chris OG's in. We've got Matt Collections. You know, it's great for all you guys to be here. We really appreciate your contributing and
appreciate
been trying to keep up with the chat.
Jeffrey Morris.
Appreciate all the fans.
Yes.
If you did, I'll translate that for you. He said, "We appreciate all the fans." If you didn't understand what he said, I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna get one of those women for Jason. What a character! You know, the bottom of TV going. Like that.
Oh no!
We just want a character just to understand what he's saying.
What you said about the statues too, with DC smashing it this year too. I do have a theory, and mind you, this is their theory, and it's not based in any fact that I've researched or anything like that. But DC produce their own statues as well as part of their the defunct DC Direct. Now it's just DC Collectibles. Now, they produce their own statues that are very high quality and stuff like that. So I think any manufacturers that they sell a license to, the bar's already been set that they need to do better than what DC themselves are doing. Marvel, as far as I know, don't produce any statues or anything like that themselves. Like they always send the licensing out to other companies, like either Sideshow XM or Prime One, stuff like that. And I've noticed that once the license gone, they don't really care. You know what I mean? Like they've made their money. You know, so what comes out, they don't really give a toss about because they've already made their money on selling the licensing. DC tend to take into account that a poor statue or a poor likeness of a character will come back to actually affect that character in the comic book sense, in sales-wise and stuff like that. So I think they're a lot more finicky with what the end result product is, and they maintain a lot more control in that regard.
I think Star Wars are even worse than DC are. Apparently, I've been after talking to Sideshow up higher up in that. Like basically, Star Wars are very particular about stuff that gets put out. Mm-hmm. Like literally, they want to cross the T's and dot the I's on everything as far as likenesses and keep making sure that brand stays very solid. I think
probably because they're releasing the statues and that before the actual movies and stuff in most cases. So it would affect the actual movie, like the bottom line and stuff.
I also want to put this to you guys. This is a question I thought about earlier. When I got this Snoke, right, he's holding his hand up like he's using the Force, right? Now, do these companies get inside info on story before it actually goes to the cinema. So if Sideshow are making a Snoke statue like now and he's doing a certain thing, did they get that info from Lucasfilm or from DC? Okay, this character's going to have this thing. Did they see stuff? Or are they just pissing in the wind and guessing?
No, they have to get inside information. They absolutely have. There's no way they can have the product ready to release. There's no way.
Yeah, especially with the folks that do the novels, they actually get inside information, so their novels can tie into the storyline chronologically. And I know with some of the toys, collectibles, posters, they have to get permission. But yes, they get a little bit of partial information, not full scale, not big picture, but just kind of a little bit of detail, so that it complements the movie that's coming out, or the cartoon, or the live action TV show that they're hinting about now. So yeah, they do. There's this. It's just well.
Maybe they get production photos in that, Chris.
What's that?
Maybe they get given some production photos of the characters, so they can see.
Yeah.
How they're actually posed in certain parts of the film or something like that, and then they can make a choice.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they do. They get concept art and stuff too.
Is it possible they get like multiple? They get multiple versions of what might happen, and then they create products for multiple like ways the story could go?
That's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to say, okay, we're going to do 3 different versions of Luke doing this. You know what I mean? One is doing this, one is doing that. I think they will probably get a certain shot from the film, and then they'll get a brief explanation of that or something.
Yeah, I think.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think they tend to go a little bit more conservative, so they're not going to do Luke Skywalker with lightning coming out of his flesh hand, or anything like that. But they keep it very. What you've seen so far was already pre-approved, and as you can see, it's very subtle. There's not a whole lot. So I know once the movie's released, I'm sure we'll see some of the more action-packed poses and things like that. So,
well, to be fair, they can't really put Luke turns to the dark side and Kylo and Rey have to turn up to take him out. You know what I mean? They can't really do that. So
correct.
Can they not make like a slave Rey like variant? I mean, is
oh
that
god!
thing?
I think we need to end it off of that. Go before it.
Owned by Disney, for God's sake.
I don't pay shit for shipping.
Anyway, guys, let's wrap it up there because I think we're running over now. So I just want to say thanks to everyone for being on, and I'll see you next week. Anyway,
Asta, people. Later.
Later.
Yes.
Thanks everyone.
May the force be with you.
Always.